the Sydney Tokyo overlap. It is 7 p.m. Eastern, and a warm good morning to all of you who are joining from the eastern side of the world, and good evening from those who are from the western side of the world. The daylight settings have been adjusted from today, and it will be on regular time, 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. London session, and 9:30 a.m. New York 2. All right, so let's get started off with gold. As usual, there was good price action during the New York session, where the yellow metal actually slipped quite a bit. But is it? It's not a free fall. If you notice, it's still not a free fall. So we've got to be a bit careful on the short side. If you're still holding anything on the short side, please, you might want to take some profits off the desk and allow some kind of pullback. To begin with, let's start with from the day with the daily count. Gold is primarily primarily within the minor wave 5. You see minor wave 1, 2, 3, potential minor wave 4 completes around 25, 34, 37 as well. And it is the minor wave 5 which could be unfolding right now. Further, the subdivisions of the minor wave 5 are as follows. You might have got minute wave 1, 2 and 3 in place, and there could be minute wave 4 in the making, with minute wave 5 still remains. The minimum decline or minimum drop for minute wave 4 is towards the 28, 10, 20 zone. There you are. Now, it is also possible that it drops towards the 2790 and 2760 respectively. But it looks like the top is still not in place for a reversal lower again. It's stalling ahead of 2780, 2880. Sorry, we need to see a sharp decline. And if it is of course, it is a corrective wave, so we cannot expect a sharp decline as well because the trend is not changing; it's just retracing. So it's going to be a bit tentative as well. But let's wait on the short side, at least for now, in the sense that if you have taken the short positions from 2930 yesterday, we booked profits around the 2900 mark. So technically speaking, we are not holding any fresh short positions. All right, for that to happen, please allow a bit pullback towards 2900 again, and enter shorts with the potential stop loss around 2960, and then you can let it down towards 2910, and I think 2910 should be good enough to say thank you very much, and we would be thinking to turn higher from there. All right, so let's get started off with the euros and pounds. But gold, bit, please allow some rally, some corrective wave to enter shorts again. It's not the correct price to enter short right now. There could be if you look at the hourly chart, yeah, you can see that it's if a top is in place, then you can see 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, possible 5. We don't have a 5-wave decline yet. It's just corrective drop. So that could be selling at this price could be asking for more risk. So let's remain flat for now, and we do have a position in the portal from 2875. we would like to cover that as well if prices drop lower towards 28.70. All right. It's taking time, but let's see how the price action is shaping up in the next few hours or so. On the candlestick pattern, let's have a quick view if there is an evening star in place. Yes, we do see an evening star finally. I think that's a perfect evening star to take place, and if that is to be believed, then prices should not waste any more time and start declining further from here as well. So tell you what, you can take partial shorts around the 28.85 now, and you can have your stop loss around the 29.60, or rather you can have your stop loss right above the 29.30 mark as well. All right, you can expect a decline from here as well as the evening star has been produced. So we can take a risk of placing our stop loss right above that 29.30 mark and continue lower towards the 28.10. All right, so that is the story in gold. But it's not free falling though. That's the only concern. Normally, when it does happen, it drops very quickly though. Okay, let's move on to Euro USD now. Now this weight has been through a few days now. Maybe we can take partial longs because that could be a very shallow wave 4 in the making as well. We are still not completely sure because that could be uh, it could also be a running flat or an expanded flat. Right now it looks like a running flat, because if it's an expanded flat then it has to drop lower at least below that price. So if you're inclined to take positions, you can take partial longs right now and remaining around 1.0665 if it drops further, with a target of 1.0 1.1 and 1. Yeah, 1.11, sorry. Tell you what, because if we keep waiting, I don't think so the price action has literally moved for the past 24 hours. So partial longs can be initiated now, remaining around the 665. The stop loss technically goes, we can keep technically below 1.0350, the 28th of February low. And because if we are anticipating a minute degree wave 4 in the making, 1, 2, 3, and 4, then prices should not drop below. It should not enter this price territory 1.0520 precisely. So please please take you can take this into consideration. We are just changing our trading approach a bit. Partial longs right now and remaining around 1.06. Right, and we can go further longs if prices decline. And I think we still have quite a bit of upside left for Euro bulls to take rest. Actually, it's going much above 1.11 as well on the daily chart. To give you an idea about what or where it is going, it is going ideally above 1.1275, possibly towards 1.03. Now, since we are on the daily chart, let's have a quick view on the pattern as well. That is a sideways and a typical wave 4 in the making, it looks like. Or if it is going to form an evening star, that is also quite possible. We have a bullish candle followed by a doji. So it's going to be either sideways wave 4 and one more push higher, or it's going to reverse lower from here. In either case, we've got further upside to left, so it's not a bad idea to take long in the euros. Let me have a look at 4 hour as well. It is preparing to drop. That is 3 down, and it's all sideways. It's just a corrective, small corrective wave, 3 down. If it is 3 up, and if it's going to unfold 5 waves lower, that's a different story. That could be an A, B, C decline. So it's, tell you what, it's not going to be a bad idea to buy partial right now and remaining around the 640. Though it's a 200-point difference. So I leave it up to you, your choice, if you want to buy completely around the 660, 640 region, or partial long right now and remaining around the 640. I think if it's a 3 down and 3 up, there could be a 5 wave decline, which could bring prices towards 640 going forward. All right. So that is the story in the Euro USD. Let's move on to the dollar index, please. Again, if you look at the price action in the dollar index, it does look like a sideways wave 4 in the making, with further downside quite a bit open towards 101. That's almost 400 points lower from here. So taking partial shorts is absolutely not ruled out. Let's do that. Partial short right now 103.80, and remaining, maybe if it gets to 105, we would like to re-enter, and emphasizing on this on the long-term picture, price action towards 101 and even lower. That's what is on the cards, right? So the daily chart for the dollar index, for those who are joining in fresh, is as follows. We got 5 down, followed by 3 up, ABC, and we have a neat little third wave unfolding, where we got wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 going at a minute degree. I mean, I can take this off for a while, but on a 4 hour chart it would be more clear. Yeah, we've got wave 1, wave 2, I think wave 3, 4, and 5 to be left. Wave 3 is almost looking complete, or it can still extend lower. Alright, so stop loss in the dollar index can be now shifted lower towards 108 from 109.85. I think that should suffice, at least for now, with the 28th of February highs registered around 107.80. All right, lower in the dollar index, longer in the euro, and short in gold. The trade setups for now. Let's take a look at pound, and then we'll turn over to coins actually. All right, for the first time, pound is now dropping below the 28.75 mark, and who knows, that could be the beginning of a, a slightly deeper corrective, or it's carving an expanded triangle. It could be either one. So let's change the trading strategy here as well. Partial long maybe initiated right now. We still have 500 points to cover on the north side, and the remaining we can take long around the 28.80 or so, 26.80 or so. Sorry, at the 38.2% of the recent rally. All right. Looking at the daily chart with the stop loss, let me remind the stop loss. Technically, we can place below that 28th February low, but it's better we stay at 350, 230, sorry, uh, allowing some room for a retracement. I don't think it's going to drop below the 28th of February lows. So even if you place there, your stop right below that 2563 lows, technically it's going to be correct. So not a problem there. But please remember there is upside left towards 3200, 1.3, 1.32, possibly towards, we are actually going towards 3400 on the north side. Unless the structure is changing, I don't see anything changing on the daily chart. I mean, we haven't really explored that angle in the euros and the dollar index as well. Let's try and do that just as a sake of an alternate count. But it doesn't look like, you know why? Because it's minor or wave 1, wave 2, and the third wave is still unfolding. It's still not complete. Another way to look at it is a 5-wave drop followed by a 3-wave corrective rally, which might be stalling around the 61.8%. That's just another way to look at it. It's not confirmed. Let's stick on to the primary count of the third wave rally continuing higher. All right. So let's have a quick look at the Bitcoins and the Solanas. I think it's time for a potential bottom or a near-term bottom to be formed. Prices are just stalling around the 78, 79 zone, possibly maybe one more low towards the 71, 72 is still possible, right? So we've got wave 1 after the triangle termination here. That is A, B here, C, is it D and E? If it is, then we've got wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and possibly the fifth wave is either complete or it's going to carve a bottom around the 77 mark. So that structure was wave 4 finally, and it looks like the fifth wave is either on or just about near to form a bottom. All right. So trading point of view, I don't think we would be more inclined to buy on a dip as we suggested in the last sessions as well. We don't want to try and catch a falling knife. We've bled twice actually, stop loss getting triggered, and we've covered them all on the short side. Let's remain patiently and wait for a corrective rally to materialize before we enter short positions again. All right. Unless we have a very clear impulse wave and a corrective decline, I think we should refrain ourselves from buying Bitcoin or Solana for now. That is Solana. So we've got the fifth wave going in for Solana. That's almost 121 has been taken, which was the previous wave 4 of one lesser degree. That is going to be an interesting fact. Right, 111 it is. So it's really going to be interesting. I think it has taken 116 possibly, where we were expecting the fifth wave to terminate at around 116. Let's see if there's a 3 up and 3 down followed by a 5-wave rally. But tell you what, fifth wave could be the fifth wave as well if the third wave was extended. There are two possible counts in Solana. Either the third wave got extended, or I would like to push wave 3 here, and that this is also not incorrect. Wave 3, 4 triangle, wave 4 as a triangle, and then wave 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And here we have a 3 up, 3 down, and possible 5 waves rally to materialize anytime soon now. I tell you what, this could be, if this is an expanded plan, we are going to get a good opportunity to sell on rallies around the 190s or possibly 220s. Either ways, either wave 3 got extended, and wave 4 38.2%, both are correct. Uh, Both are possible actually, but let's wait for further confirmation if we want to go aggressively long, or should we wait for a counter trend rally to complete before selling ahead. And on the indices front, we are still holding Nasdaq and US, the Dow Jones short positions, and we would like to hold them. This is what we were looking for. Now that support being taken out, which we were calling for, has been met. So ideally, we should now be preparing for a counter trend rally, and it won't be a bad idea to take the profits of the short positions we are holding. We are going to get one more chance for on the counter trend side. So what I'm going to do now is, right after the session is done, I'm going to take profits. Remember, we sold around 43, so we are covering around 1200 points, and I think 1200 points in Nasdaq as well. So let's take some short-term profits and wait for a corrective pullback before we can enter short positions again. That is also quite a bit of a slump in the Nasdaq. So let's wait for a pullback to re-enter on the short side. At least for Dow Jones, I'm taking it off from the shorts right now. I think even Nasdaq should be preparing for a rally. That's going to be a counter trend rally or a pullback. So it ain't going to be any new high or towards a new high. All right, so let's bring the current session to a pause here, and we'll be back again in a few hours to take forward or carry forward in the London session. Until that time, as always, please do take care and God bless. Goodbye.